Live. Okay, we're live. All right, so yesterday, in my feeble attempt to do a fourth, I've done two so far, and it's crashing on me. So hopefully, I'll be able to finish reading Numbers 10, do the 5-minute Bible study overview for Numbers 11, and then read Numbers 11, and then verses, I think it's 1 through 20 of Mark 5, and finish that daily bread in 3 videos for YouTube. And then maybe I can just go back to Facebook doing them. I don't know. I don't know what's up. So I'm going to try sharing my screen again, and hopefully we can get through this before it crashes. I can get it. Anyway, here we go again. Yes, we want to use this audio. Okay. All right. So I had started reading this, even though it showed something else on the screen, which was kind of weird. So, Numbers 10, 2 silver trumpets. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Make 2 silver trumpets for yourself. You shall make them of hammered work. You shall use the movement of the camps. When they blow both of them, the congregation shall gather before you at the door of the tabernacle of meeting. But if they blow only one, then the leaders of the divisions of Israel shall gather to you. When you sound the advance, the camps that lie on the east side shall then begin their journey. When you sound the advance the second time, then the camps that lie on the south side shall begin their journey. They shall sound the call for them to begin their journeys. And when the assembly is to be gathered together, you shall blow the advance. The sons of Aaron, the priests, shall blow the trumpets, and these shall be to you as an ordinance forever throughout your generations. When you go to war in your land against the enemy, then you shall sound an alarm with the trumpets, and you shall be remembered before the and you will be saved from your enemies. Also, on the day of your gladness, in your appointed feast, and at the beginning of your months, you shall blow the trumpets over your burnt offerings and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, and they shall be a memorial for you before your God. I am the Lord your God. And then it talks about departure from Sinai. Now it came to pass above the tabernacle of the testimony, and the children of Israel set out from the wilderness of Sinai on their journeys. Then the cloud settled down in the wilderness of Paran. So they started out for the first time according to the command of the Lord by the hand of Moses. The standard of the camp of the children of Judah set out first according to their armies. Over their army was Nathanael, the son of Zuar, and over the army of the tribe of the children of Zebulun was Eliab, the son of Helon. Then the tabernacle was taken down, and the sons of Gershon and the sons of Merari set out, carrying the tabernacle. And the standard of the camp of Reuben set out according to their armies. Over their army was Eleazar, however you say that, the son of Shedeur. Over the army of the tribe of the children of Simeon was uh, Shelumiel, the son of Jerusalem. And over the army of the tribe of the children of Gad was Eliasaph, the son of Duel. I don't know how these are pronounced, and I apologize. Then the Kohathites set out carrying the holy things. The tabernacle would be prepared for their arrival. And the standard of the camp of the children of Ephraim set out according to their armies. Over their army was Elishama, the son of Ammihud. And over the army of the tribe of the children of Manasseh was Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur. And over the army of the tribe of the children of Benjamin was the son of Gideoni. Then the standard of the camp of the children of Dan, son of Ammishaddai, how do you say that? Over the army of the tribe of the children of Asher was Pagiel, the son of Ochran, and over the army of the tribe of the Naphtali was Ahira, the son of Enan, according to their armies when they began their journey. Now Moses said to Hobab, the son of Ruel, night, Moses' father-in-law, "We are setting out for the place of which the Lord said, 'I will give it to you.' Come with us, and we will treat you well, for the Lord has promised good things to Israel." And he said to him, "I will not go, but I will depart to my own land and relatives." So Moses said, "Please do not leave. Inasmuch as you know how we are to camp in the wilderness, and you can be our eyes. And it shall be, if you go with us, indeed it shall be that whatever good the Lord will do to us, the same will do of the day on our journey of 3 days. And the ark of the covenant of the Lord went before them for the 3 days' journey, to search out a resting place for them. And the cloud of the Lord was above them by day when they went out from the camp. So it was, whenever the ark was set out, that Moses said, "Rise up, O Lord, let your enemies be scattered, and let those who hate you flee before you." And when it rested, he said, "Return, O Lord, to the many thousands of Israel." And then we have Numbers 11, which on the characters, we know Moses. Others were the 70 respected men from the camp of Israel who were selected to help Moses lead the people. Joshua, he was the assistant of Moses and had been since his youth. Eldad and Medad, two of the 70 elders, two of the 70 elders of Israel who prophesied in the camp. Okay, and then the when and where, the when is still the same. The where, let's see, they journeyed from the wilderness of Sinai to the wilderness of Paran, and the events of number 11 took place at Kibroth Hattava and Hadava, and he named that here in just a bit. It's kind of sad. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay, so the outline on the verses 1 through 17, the Israelites complain. Not long after leaving Mount Sinai, the Israelites started complaining about their misfortunes. The Lord became angry and sent a fire that consumed parts of the outer camp. After this incident, some of the rabble of the people started complaining that they didn't have any meat to eat, and they were tired. Numbers 11 describes it uh, uh, as like coriander seed, and its appearance like that of bdellium. And the taste of it was like the taste of cakes baked with oil. Verses 7 and 8. After hearing the people's continual complaining, Moses was weighed down by the burden of his responsibilities and went to God to tell him he was struggling to lead the people. God told Moses to gather 70 elders from Israel to help him bear the people. God would give the 70 men a portion of his spirit that had been given to Moses so they could lead faithfully. The Lord sends meat and a plague to Israel, verses 18 through 35. God told Moses he was going to send meat to the Israelites, not just for one day or even a week, but for a whole month. They would have so much meat they would grow sick of it. So Moses gathered the people together along with 68 of the selected 70 elders. God descended in a cloud and spoke to Moses. Afterwards, he gave his spirit to the elders. The men immediately began to prophesy. Two of the selected elders weren't present at the assembly, but remained in the camp. They also received the blessing of God's spirit and prophecy. When Joshua, Moses' assistant, heard the men prophesying in the camp, he wanted Moses to stop them. But Moses knew that God had gifted them his spirit even though they weren't present. After these events, God sent a wind, a massive number of quail in the vicinity of the camp of Israel. The people gathered the quail day and night until everyone had gathered a minimum of 10 homers, which is 2,200 liters or 581 gallons. While the people were eating the meat, the anger of the Lord was kindled against the people, and he struck down the complainers with the plague. The place was called Kibroth Hattava because there they buried the people who had the craving. The application, I'm scrolling the wrong side again. Before you look down on the Israelites for complaining all the time, look introspectively. It's easy to see other people's, but it can be difficult to see our own. How often do we complain even though our circumstances aren't nearly as hard? We don't have to eat day in and day out. We have nice, comfortable homes with air conditioning. That do we do our fair share? We do our fair share of complaining, don't we? Let's try to do better at being thankful for our blessings and remembering God's goodness. Philippians 2:14 says, "Do all things without grumbling or disputing." Okay, that's the end of that. And then Numbers 11, the people complained. Now, when the people complained, it displeased the Lord. The Lord heard it, and his anger was aroused. So the fire of the Lord burned against them and consumed some outskirts of the camp. Then the people cried out to Moses, and when Moses prayed to the Lord, the fire was quenched. So he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Lord had burned among them. Now, the mixed multitude who were among them yielded to intense craving. So the children of Israel also wept again and said, "Who will give us meat to eat?" Listen to this. "We remember the fish which we ate freely in Egypt, the cucumbers, the onions, and the garlic." They didn't eat like that. They were slaves. They didn't eat that good. Come on. But now our whole being is dried up. There's nothing at all except this manna before our eyes. Now the manna was like coriander seed, and its color like the color of bdellium. The people went about and gathered it, ground it on millstones, put it in the mortar, cooked it in pans, and made cakes of it. And its taste was like the taste of pastry prepared with oil. And when the dew fell on the camp in the night, it fell on it. Then Moses heard the people weeping throughout their families, everyone at the door of his tent, and the anger of the Lord was greatly aroused. Moses also was displeased. So Moses said to them, "Why have you afflicted your servant? And why have I not found favor in your sight, that you have laid the burden of all these people on me? Did I conceive all these people? Did I beget them, that you should say to me, 'Carry them in your bosom, as a guardian carries a nursing child of the land which you swore to your fathers? Where am I to get meat to give all to all these people? Weep all over me, saying, 'Give us meat that we may eat.' I am not able to bear all these people alone, because the burden is too heavy for me. If you treat me like this, please kill me here and now, if I have found favor in your sight, and do not let me see my wretchedness." Now, I'm sure Moses did not speak that attitude like I just did to God. I don't know how he said it. I'm just reading, so forgive me. The 70 elders. So the Lord said to Moses, "Gather to me 70 men of the over them. Bring them to the tabernacle of meeting, so that they may stand there with you. Then I will come down and talk with you there. I will talk of the Spirit that is upon you, and will put the same upon them. And they shall bear the burden of the people with you, that you may not bear it yourself alone. I shall say to the people, 'Consecrate yourselves for tomorrow, and you shall eat meat. For you have wept in the hearing of the Lord, saying, Who will give us meat to eat? For it was well with us in Egypt. Therefore the Lord will give you meat, and you shall eat. You shall eat not one day, not 2 days, nor 5 days, nor 10 days, nor 20 days, but for a whole month, until it comes to your nostrils and becomes loathsome to you, because you have despised the Lord who is among you, and wept before him, saying, Why did we ever come up out of Egypt?" And Moses said, I guess they had forgotten how they suffered in Egypt, which we are all guilty of forgetting the bad times when we're doing well, right? I mean, we're guilty of this. We can't judge them because we're all guilty of the same thing. And Moses, people whom I am among are 600,000 men. Keep that number in mind as we go through these readings, okay? 600,000 men on foot. That's not including women and children. Yet you have said, I will give them meat that they may eat for a whole month. Shall flocks and herds be stored for them to provide enough for them? Or shall all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them to provide enough for them? See, I read this with like an attitude, but gosh, it almost sounds like he kind of has a attitude with God, you know? And the Lord said to Moses, has the Lord's arm been shortened? Now you shall see whether what I say will happen to you or not. So Moses went out and told the people the words of the Lord. He gathered the 70 men of the elders of the people and placed them around the tabernacle. Then the Lord came and placed the same upon the 70 elders. And it happened, when the Spirit rested upon them, that they prophesied, although they never did so again. But two men had remained in the camp. The name of one was Eldad, and the name of the other Medad. And the Spirit rested upon them. Now they were among those listed, but who had not gone out to the tabernacle. Yet they prophesied in the camp, and a young man ran and told Moses and said, Eldad and Medad are prophesying in the camp. So Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' assistant, my phone's died, uh, and said,